Some places whisper stories of the past, others stand silent, their meaning lost in time. Today we walk amongst England's oldest mysteries, the Uffington White Horse and Wayland Smithy. What do they tell us and what do they hide? Welcome to another Adventure Clan episode. Today we're joined by my beautiful wife and dog Noah, and we are walking in the idyllic landscape of Oxfordshire, where spring is starting to make its presence felt. Today is the first day of spring, 1st of March, and we are blessed with a glorious sunny day. It is a bit nippy, but still very enjoyable. The Uffington White Horse and the Wayland Smithy are part of the Ridgeway Trail, one of the most famous and pleasurable walks in the UK, and we're gonna enjoy a bit of it today. We're on top of the hill, looking down on the White Horse, which is a chalk figure dug in the hillside. Just here in the valley there's a mound which is thought to have been a fortified position back in the Iron Age, when this horse was made. It's called the Dragon Hill. In front of us is Dragon Hill, a small mound with a flat top. Legend has it this is where St. George fought the dragon. The weird thing about the White Horse, you can't even see it properly from the ground. It's not a landmark for travelers. It was likely sacred, maybe for rituals or even marking a burial site. Also, sorry for the drone footage, first time flying it, and well, I tried. What's crazy is that for 3000 years people have kept rechalking it. If left alone, it would have vanished. So why did they keep it alive? What made this place so important? There are three myths regarding this white horse, and one of them is the dragon slaying legend. Some believe that the white horse represents a dragon linked to the legend of St. George slaying the dragon. The tale goes that after George struck the beast down, its blood seeped into the land, preventing grass from growing on the spot where it died. The white horse's chalk outline, which is free of vegetation, could be tied to this belief. The second version is that it's the horse of a Celtic god. Others say that it's not a dragon but the sacred horse of a Celtic god, possibly Epona, the goddess of horses, who was worshipped by the Celts and the Romans in the area. Others, though, say that it could be a marker for ancient kings. Some legends claim that ancient British kings had their victories commemorated by carving horses into hillsides. Could the white horse be a symbol of power and conquest, marking a kingdom long forgotten? Who knows? Despite these myths and legend, the facts say that this relic is over 3,000 years old. Radiocarbon dating places the white horse around 1,000 years before Christ, meaning it predates both the Romans and the Saxons in the area. This makes it the oldest hill figure in Britain, perhaps the oldest in the world, comparable with the Nazca lines in South America. The archaeologists also state that it could be a tribal emblem. The shape resembles horse imagery found on Iron Age coins, suggesting it could be a tribal symbol. The Duboni and Atrebates Celtic tribes in the area may have created it. We're on top of Uffington Hill, which was a hill fort back in the Iron Age. This is the highest point. Around in the year 700 before Christ, possibly 2,000 years after the white horse was built, the local population built a defensive hill fort here. As you can see, it has a ditch, moat and bailey, and most definitely they used it for retreating here when other tribes invaded. All these places must have a high spiritual significance because they're in the same landscape with Avebury, Stonehenge, and the hills around. They are packed with ancient burial grounds. So the Brittonic tribes must have held these places in high regard. This is Uffington Castle seen from above. You can really see its circular shape. Massive earthworks carved into the hill. Imagine the effort it took to dig out these deep ditches and build the raised banks all by hand. It must have been an important place. Maybe a stronghold, maybe a gathering site. Whatever it was, it took serious work to make. Now we're on the ridgeway. Over there in the distance, that grove of trees is the Wayland Smithy. We're making our way there from the Uffington Hillfort, which is right over here. And this path is part of the ridgeway. It's a very well maintained chalk path. This part of the ridgeway takes us on what I believe it's an agricultural road, and we are flanked by ancient hedges. I think it's hawthorn, most of it, and This specific part between Uffington Hill and Wayland Smithy, it's like a pilgrimage road. It's very popular, and there are a lot of people coming, visiting, charging with the special energy these places give off. It has a really calming effect on people, and I can feel it. We can tell that these hedges are really old. They're packed with ivy, and some of the trees even broke under the weight. Contrary to my beliefs, I have learned that apparently the ivy doesn't hurt the trees necessarily, and it's also very beneficial to the wildlife. It provides shelter and food in the winter time. That's where we've come from, that hill in the distance. You can also see the path. And this is where we're going, just beyond this tree line. We've just passed a few large groups of people, and everybody was extremely friendly, like out of the way friendly. Hello, how are you? So it's either a lot of good people visit this place, or the energy just makes everybody better persons. Like most ancient sites here in Britain, it's in the middle of an agricultural field. There's, I think that's a rape culture, and at least it has a ring of trees around it to protect it, make it a bit secluded. The legend of Wayland the Smith. The name comes from Wayland, which was a supernatural Norse and Anglo-Saxon blacksmith. Supposedly he was buried here, and according to the legend, if you left your horse and a coin by the entrance here overnight, Wayland would magically reissue it by morning. Some say it's a portal to the other world, claiming that Wayland never died. He simply vanished into the underworld, and this tomb is a gateway to the land of the gods, or a resting place for ancient kings. The archaeologists say that this place has 4,600 years, and it's a long barrow burial ground. They found cremated remains and also whole skeletons. Obviously it was longer, but now it has 3 small chambers just in the entrance. This place is older than the Stonehenge. Noah definitely has a positive energy in this place. Stick warfare. The original tomb was much smaller, and it's believed that it was a larger structure was built on top of it later by possibly a different culture, and it was used as a collective burial ground. Gorgeous snowdrops around this tree. It's around 30 meters long, 10 at its widest. Another bunch of snowdrops. The place is very peaceful. It really has a positive energy. You can hear bird song around. Nice and sunny. Magical place. So yeah, this is the ancient monument of Wayland, Smithy, Oxfordshire, on the Ridgeway. A beautiful place. Cami, do you like it?
Yes, it's peaceful.
Noah loves it as well. Yeah. Wayland's Smithy isn't just an ancient tomb. It might have been aligned with the stars. Like many Neolithic sites, its position could have been chosen to match celestial events, connecting the living with something greater. A place of the dead, but maybe also a place of the cosmos. Leaving Wayland Smithy behind, I can't help but wonder what was this ancient monument's purpose. Were they simply markers of the past, or did they have a greater meaning? Maybe a symbol of power, places of worship, or a connection to the afterlife? We may never find out, but one thing is certain. This place is still called to us thousands of years later, and they whisper their stories in the wind. The fact that we may never find out why they were built in the first place adds to the attraction of these places. So we're slowly making our way back to the car park. Today's walk was short and sweet, just like my wife. We've had a great time visiting these places. I've had them on my bucket list for a while now, and I'm very glad we got to see them. Listen, if you enjoyed it, please click subscribe, it helps a lot, and you're gonna be part of a great clan. We're putting out new videos every Saturday, so just follow us and get ready for next week's adventure. See you, bye.